Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. And Z Hydro, hello. KF16, hello. We have the release of Kerbal Space Program 1.1, and of course, that's what everyone's going to expect me to play, so let's do that. I do have like 400 other games. Actually, I have like 1,200 other games that I should play at some point, but right now, I think we've got some spaceships and stuff to do. So yeah, we're just loading this up. I've just applied all the mods that I would normally have. CCAN has come forth, or modders have actually come forth, with a huge number of mods already. Things have come together very, very quickly, and no doubt there will be stuff to fly. Oh, I should put Kerbal constructs in there. I've no idea what I'm going to do, to be honest. Let's resume saved and see what we have. Fishing, insanity. Oh yeah, racing. 17 flights, huh? Yeah, I know. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, is it working fine from everyone? I have no plans. I've no idea what I'm going to do today. So let's actually just fly a plane. So you guys have seen my race course, right? This is where you fly space planes or airplanes or anything. Just fly around the course and you try to set awesome times. Speed, is of the essence. This is a fine example. Let's clear the runway and proceed, and let's go for it. Am I excited for a Warcraft movie? No, I'm not, because I have no attachment to World of Warcraft. I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. I just have no particular interest in Warcraft. I don't know. I've never played it for long enough to actually have any understanding of what makes World of Warcraft so popular. Whoa! Oh, yeah, I should probably get into the air first, right? No, this VV chase cam. Yeah, this is a race course. You can load it in on KSP 1.1 or 1.05. And, whoa, wow, whoa! I'm completely messing this up here. Too high. This is the worst way to do it. You should be gaining altitude essentially never. There's no times where you need the extra altitude. So I'm going to fly around. Yeah, look at that. See this? So now we got to head. Oh! Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Oh, this is so fun. Am I excited about Rogue One? Yes, I am. I'm very excited about Rogue One. Actually, I'm not that excited, but it'll be kind of fun. You just used the Green Man code for 25% off Stellaris. Yeah, I probably should have included my referral link on that, but whatever. How do I feel about F9 landing? The Falcon 9 landing? Yes, that is a cool thing, an amazing achievement. The hover slam technique, as they say, as I like to say. You can try that in Kerbal Space Program. I'm not doing that because I'm not using a joystick, because I've had trouble getting my joystick working on Kerbal Space Program right now. So no joystick. We're just flying around using good old-fashioned keyboard skills. There we go. Should try flying an IVA. Let's do it in IVA mode. Okay, there we go. So we have gate 1 over here, and the only thing is I don't really have a particularly good altimeter, so okay, because I think I turned inside that gate there. Holy moly, this is actually quite complicated. I don't know if I'm about to smash into the ground. That's part of the problem here. Almost crashed into the ground there, and there's gate 3. Let's turn around that. Now, gate 4 sits between these buildings, so you have to thread your way through and try not to crash, obviously. Oh! I should do an orbital mechanics video using a sandwich. You mean like a ham sandwich or whatever? Isn't that famously what was taken into orbit during one of the early Endurance Gemini missions? Who was it? I can't remember the astronaut, but but it went like literally. This was such a scandal. It went to like Congress. Who were real like, damn, astronauts bringing sandwiches into our space program. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to zoom out and give myself a wider view. There we go. Oh, actually, now I think about it, out. I just want to come out. Oh yeah, I don't want 100% thrust. I do want stability control. I do want that. Let's see if we can do it one more time. Loaded up the stock mallard and hovered my mouse over the tail. Noticed that the flag part is now transparent. I see. XCOM would be cooler if you could shoot down Advent reinforcement transports. Yeah, well that's one of the things that I like about Xenonauts was that the air game, like the actual air combat, was actually pretty strategic and worked pretty well. I think Scatterer may have some issues with the IVA. I'm just going to point that out, that I think there's some weird glitches going on, and I'm going to blame it on Scatterer, although there are 400 other modules which could be responsible, so let's not entirely put all the blame on Scatterer. It does make things beautiful much of the time. My shirt, you like my Oakland shirt? I think it's an Oakland shirt, isn't it? I'm a big fan of this city. Oh, wow, wow, yes. I am but a transplant, but I have been here for long before it became cool. In fact, I would like to think that it became cool in part because of people like me. Although it was originally cool because of people that kind of grew up here, like MC Hammer, obviously. Okay, now hard turn, oh darn, gotta do this. Okay, missed that one. There's the gate there. Let's get around that side. I'm too high technically to have made these gates legally. I think if this was air racing I would be missing these gates because I'm too high, but I'm flying with a joystick and no ability to turn my head, so I'm quite happy to accept some penalties if it means not actually dying right away. Okay, there we go. There's the gate. Gate 11 down there. Whoa! Okay, next gate. Oh, okay, missed that gate. And I missed that gate. I've missed all the gates. All the gates are missed. And I've totally missed that gate as well. I'm just terrible. I am but an embarrassment to my credentials or whatever. You want the Falcon Heavy launch to be this month. I think you might have to wait a little while. Let's see if I can land this thing. Okay, yes. Definitely some weird glitching going on there. I hope somebody gets that fixed, because that is not valid or correct. Okay. Okay, let's apply the brakes and see if I can put this thing down. Nice. Okay. I think we might be landing this. Okay, so now I can actually read all this. If I like... Okay, so let me just read this. Wonder Wings is asking, do I like VR? Yeah, I'm not totally invested in it, but I have got an HTC Vive, or Vive, Viva? Viva, Vivo, Viva, Viva. Or is it HTC? Do I have to say Hitik? Hitik Viv. Yeah, I've ordered one of those. I originally ordered the Oculus, but honestly, Palmer Luckey just started to annoy the crap out of me, acting like VR was only for people with the most powerful machines, when it's clear that there are VR applications on cell phones that provide quite a fantastic immersive experience. So yeah, forget about that. I cancelled my Oculus order. Yeah. What's my yaw control? It's very bad. Does anyone here work for SpaceX? I don't know. Silent Searchlight is asking about schedules for Falcon. Good morning from the UK. Hi, good evening from California. It's almost midnight. Born of a New World is once again saying hello. Black Trek is working on that issue with Scatterer. So apparently the issue that we saw will be worked on. There we go. What? Oh. Yeah, that... Maybe I should not install Scatterer. Oh, yeah. Okay. Have I ever considered doing a launch mission using solely mathematical calculations for burns? That's what I did in the old days, back before we had things like Kerbal Engineer. Right? This just looks very, very strange. Very strange. Like, extremely strange. How strange is it? It's strange. Very. Okay, let's try this. And loop, 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 loop. Okay, now we gotta do that. And pull out of this. Apply the air brakes. I'm sorry, this is messing with my head, man. You twisted my melon, man. You talk so lip, you twisted my melon, man. I do actually know how to do calculations on a slide rule, and I would love to do a video where I actually explained interesting things. Yeah. I've played them both, and the Vive, the controller scheme really does make a huge difference, right? The controller on the Vive really makes a huge difference. Like, I think the room size VR is great as a gimmick for many people, but yeah, I don't know. It's I'll tell you what, if you're not sure which VR headset you should go for, don't go for a VR headset. Wait. You can wait as long as you like, and the technology is only going to get cheaper. I'm paying the early adopter what's the word? The early adopter premium. We're back on Kerbal. Yeah, let's actually try see how did any of the scenarios get changed. EVA and Kerbal orbit. Okay, that should be easy. EVA and Duna. We already beat that. Oh, the moonshot. Let's restart this one. Restart. Impending impact. Where are we? Exploring Gilly. Start. Here's something to kill 100 hours with. Trails in the Sky. As wheel as the rest of the series. Just a personal recommendation. Wait, as wheel? That's an interesting looking spacecraft there, I have to say. So, does this thing actually fly? Ooh. Yeah, look at that. We get a little bit of a thrust going on here, so we can start flying this around. Turn on my headlamps. Yeah, I mean, you can tell just how low the acceleration is on Gilly because we have... I'm going sideways, and it's accelerating at less than 1/100th of a G. Fun fact, apparently the gravity on Gilly is lower than the gravity on Kerbal when you have hacked gravity enabled. Yeah, that rocket is probably designed to fly back to Kerbal. This is kind of cool though, so we can just hover around the thing. It flies pretty well, I guess. I should probably turn this thing around. Let's do that. Let's turn it around. There it is there. Okay. Oh, wrong. Need to do that. There. Okay. Level out. I should probably control this from... I don't have... is there a docking port that gives me the correct control orientation? No, there isn't. Still, that's pretty cool. Yeah, level out my flight. Okay, there. So what I can do is fly backwards like this. Head back towards that spacecraft, and then maybe we can pay it a visit. Okay, now we're going this way. Let's go and look for it. Oh, look, it has RCS and everything on it. Does it have any RCS thrusters? I can't really tell. Oh, it does have a little monopropellant as well. This thing is super over-spec'd. This could do amazing things if we let it. We're flying back to the Jules of the Vules Journ Kerman. No, we're not allowed to post links, Blender Killer. I'm sorry, no links, because I do not have the time to deal with people posting links. It's just a lot of stress. I'm one person. Occasionally I get nice people that come and help me out, like Casper, who is awesome. Casper's obviously been doing a lot of work, and I wouldn't presume that to let him get up at this time in the morning to actually do anything. Now, I have not heard anything. The only good thing I've heard about Oculus is that it's more comfortable to wear for longer periods. And frankly, you know, I don't necessarily think I'm going to be playing it for long periods anyway. I really like the head tracking that I already have, so I'm not a big fan in general. Am I a fan of Billy Corgan? I do appreciate Billy Corgan as the Smashing Pumpkins and his various works. I mean, you know, I appreciate a lot of things. There may actually be a bot in here. So there's supposed to be a bot in here, but I may have not actually deployed the bot. The bot may not have been released. The bot may be got. I'm totally a bot. Beep bop, says Mr. Yogurt. I don't think you're a bot. I don't believe you. Okay, let's get this guy out of here. EVA, leave seat. There we go. Looks like I'm gonna have to jump. Yes, it's gonna crash into the surface and I've just jumped out at the last minute. Avoiding certain doom. Okay, here's the spacecraft here. I wonder how to get this thing home. Do you think I can get this thing back to Kerbin? Let's see how much fuel I have. And... board! Board! Oh crap! Oh, board! What happened? Apparently I fell off. Do I think KSP will support VR in the future? That was the intention, but it's had some issues, obviously. I mean, partly it was to do with dev kits not being in the right place at the right time. Board! Board! Damn it! F. Board! What the heck? It doesn't want a board! This is not supposed to be this hard. Okay. Whoa! Whoa! Wow! That is not what I would have expected. I've unfortunately destroyed one of my solar panels. There we go. Let's get some control back. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that. Yeah, suddenly Gilly gravity fixed itself. Yeah. Okay, let's try and grab this one more time. One more time. Yeah. Celebrate and dance free. Yeah, he falls off it like right away. Okay, I'm gonna try and just walk in and do the board button. I'm pushing B to board and it's not actually boarding. That could be a problem. It means that we cannot get back. Okay, let's board. Yes! That was very strange. Okay, what have we got? We have Wixie, who is a 5-star pilot, and Furhat. I knew somebody called Furhat. I think he was from Turkey. He was an astronomer. I remember his name, which was quite complicated. Okay, so we have liquid fuel, we have xenon. Do we have like a xenon thruster on this thing? We have a bunch of these thrusters. I wonder how much delta V I have. Vessel estimated. It says I have 1700 delta V, so that should be enough to get back to Kerbin. There's a cheesy moon. Is there a cheesy moon society on Facebook? I hope you're publishing detailed articles on why the moon is clearly made of cheese and how anybody that believes otherwise is clearly, I don't know, part of some larger conspiracy. Did I ever oh, I do have Cassius. Yeah, I have a couple. Weren't they French? I mean, so with music, I pretty much loved everything, right? And I still pretty much love everything. So, yeah, I would play the hotness whenever I wanted to. So, I wonder if I can just time accelerate until this thing is in the correct place. I think that's the best option, so we'll just wait until we have a window to get to Kerbin. That could take a little bit of time. Yeah, the orbit line rendering looks really cool. I'm not sure that I would say that French House is best house, but French house music definitely has some fantastic moments. Totally mad respect to French artists. And obviously, Daft Punk, you know, that's pretty awesome. Daft Punk are one of my favorites, although they're not entirely house music. Let me just think. Is there a Daft Punk 2016 album coming? Oh, Maxwell House. Ha 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 ha. Yes, Maxwell House music. I'm trying to think of any other French. Oh yeah. Well, Laurent Garnier. Well, he's really more techno. I do not have any brews, and I should actually run upstairs and grab some. Yeah, I think that Tron. So SkyWest is saying that he thinks that Daft Punk's work on Tron is amazing, and I am in complete agreement. I think that Daft Punk's soundtrack to Tron Legacy. Oh, Wilksey refuses to work. Uh-oh, that's a bad sign. Does that mean these guys are not going to work? Let's I think I may have broken something here. Life support status. Oh, they've got no life support. So apparently I've got some sort of life support thing enabled, and they're not going to do anything. That's great. Who decided to add this life support mod? I guess that would have been me. It's nice how the life support kicks in for this, even although... Okay, maybe if I can EVA out. No, they're not going to let me EVA. And this thing isn't going to fly because there's no probe body attached to it. So these guys, they've just stuck themselves here. Okay. Well, that was disappointing. Yeah. I don't think we're going to see a Tron Legacy sequel, unfortunately. Yes, it's Rover Dude's fault. I think I just wanted to install as many mods as possible. Like, yeah, here's what we have installed. Let me just see. A filter by... change set. Wait a sec. Manage mods. Filter installed. Yeah. Apparently we have Kerbal Engineer Redux, but it isn't listed. But it is definitely installed. It didn't matter. I thought Tron Legacy was fine. I think definitely it was a lot more deep and heavy than the original movie. But my God, the visuals and the audio on that movie were absolutely perfect. My thoughts on Hawking's Starshot. So, Starshot, yes, it's one of these things that on paper says... Wouldn't it be fantastic if we had this many lasers and could propel things using laser power and everything? Maybe. Maybe. But, at the same time, there's situations to be fixed. Okay, let's actually try... try power limit. Moon rover, moon orbit. This man... 2 docked vehicles. Oh yeah, dual aerobrake. Did we ever manage to do the aerobrake? Let's see what happens. Thoughts on successful Falcon landing on the barge? I was like, yes! That was my first thought. Yes! Seriously, like, mad props. Mad props to these dudes for managing their thing. Which window is this? How do I turn off colonization statistics? It's not any of these buttons. Oh, that's interesting. That breaks it. Geology, yeah, okay, so there's a bug there. Oh, you know, if I want to land my own Falcon 9, I can land it using the magic of scenarios. Like, we're going to fly past Lathe here. Wonder how this is going to work. 87654, let's stop this. Now, you got to stow yourself. Retract those panels. Stow that! You gotta stow that BS. You're gonna hide also the colonization statistics. This is a problem. I can hide it over there. Great. Let's see how this aerobraking work. You're sad that they didn't name the new icebreaker Boaty McBoatface and that ruined your day. I heard that that decision was taken by someone called Twatty McTwatface. No, true story. Do I think the Tesla Model X would work reasonably well on Mars? Good question. I think that Tesla have obviously got the cars that will work on Mars because they're all electric. Unlike those, you know, antiquated internal combustion engines, you're not going to need any atmospheric air to drive your main engine. Make prank boat naming great again. Cannot warp faster than 1 times when the ship is under acceleration. We're obviously under acceleration. In fact, I can hear the washing machine vibrating above me. Oh, what do you mean the lithium battery would freeze? On a good day, the temperatures can get pretty high. And Tesla, when they are in standby mode, they can actually do stuff to keep their batteries warm. Yes. They can figure that problem out, right? Why would I press 5? Are you saying 5 is going to hide things? No, I'm not doing that. Add more struts to my dryer. There's plenty of these things. Should we extend the radiators, or are we going to lose those? I suspect we should retract the radiators. They will not handle re-entry well. This is us. We're about to hit the atmosphere. This ship is called Inspiration. Hold on. What's the name of this ship? Map. Inspiration of the Windward Spirit. What a fantastic name. What a fabulous name that is. We also have nuclear engines here. This is a cool ship. I am so glad the developers added all these different scenarios so we can test these things out. Are we hitting the atmosphere yet? Not yet. Speed is still increasing. Scott, my dog has in the closet. It's probably a cat rather than a dog. Let's be clear on this. Ooh, look at that. Mars is a giant desert. Tesla's batteries will soon be made in a desert not far from me. In fact, yes, the Tesla's Gigafactory is all about making more and more lithium batteries. There's it's not just for cars as well. Tesla battery factory, aren't they going to make the power wall thing? The player made scenarios. You know what? That's a really interesting thing, because currently I don't think CCAN has a good way of adding scenarios to the game. There we go. Why? Would I buy a Tesla? I was considering some time ago buying a Tesla, but I chose not to because it would have been a 3-month waiting list and I really didn't have the money or justification at the time. Looking back, I wish I'd bought a Tesla. No, I think I was saying something about the Starshot. I said, look, the Starshot is a long-term pie-in-the-sky plan. Maybe they figure it out, but there's a lot of what-ifs, a lot of problems that actually need to be solved. Just because, on paper, if you get this much energy, you can move a spacecraft to 10% of the speed of light. That doesn't account for how you actually build those lasers, target those lasers, focus those lasers. You know, because even a laser actually diverges over distance, and the divergence of a laser is larger if the aperture is smaller. So standard LED lasers actually diverge pretty rapidly. Okay, we're actually slowing speed down, but we're still gonna fly by here. Look, here's my orbit information. We don't need the delta V. Well, most pioneering sky was definitely pie in the sky, but here's the thing. I do want to caution people against saying, oh, well, on paper X is possible, therefore it will happen. So the EM drive stuff is one of... news reporting of the EM drive stuff is just terrible, because it's like, well, if it turns out these experimental errors are in fact new physics that violate all known physics, then we could build a spacecraft that goes to Mars in 5 days. And like, yes, but you would have to actually prove that it's new physics, and that's a long way from actually happening, right? There we go, we're now in orbit. We're getting through this, that's not bad. I wonder where we can take this thing. Where should we go? We're about to pass through Periaps. Man, the developers, whoever put this scenario together, did a great job of making sure that we just got everything just right. My ablator is burning off as well. I actually know, what's the life support status? I don't know. Where was the life support status? Is that it? Oh, that's planet shine. Ooh, nice. Never mind. As EM drive is as likely as an artificial nuclear fusion reactors becoming a viable source in electrical source in our lifetime. But the thing is, the EM drive might not even be real physics. It couldn't. It's highly likely that there is some sort of error in their process, and they, you know, to the team's credit, they do spend a lot of time fixing and isolating problems, right? How expensive would it be to test the EM drive by sending it to space? I don't know. That's a good thing. And we have a fly. Sorry. Got it. Ha! Fly cannot survive. My reaction speeds are just too fast. Have I heard about the LEO? I don't know what that is. Yeah, EM drive is error, but everyone in the media seems to treat it otherwise. I get asked all the time to talk about it, and honestly, right, so EM drive is basically this resonating microwave cavity which is larger at one end, narrower at the other end, and somebody claims that there's some sort of unbalanced force generated by the standing waves. There are so many problems with the experiment still that could be causing these fake, these spurious errors, that I'm not prepared to call it a legit thing. And they also, anybody that says, well, it's not reactionless because it's pushing against the 0 point energy or something, don't understand what 0 point energy is. Maybe it is, but yeah. How much money would it take to send $10,000 to space? That's a very good question. You could probably send it via PayPal. The Aerobrake is too heavy. What? What are you talking about? Who's saying the Aerobrake is too heavy? I remember somebody once did the math and they figured out that if you fueled the if you fueled the Falcon 9 with dollar bills, it would still be cheaper than the space shuttle. Yeah, you don't want to send stuff. You don't want to send gold into space. Titanium, on the other hand. Okay, we're almost out. We're almost through. Soon we will be on the far side, and we shall deploy our, power generation and things like that. And eventually we'll die because life support will fail us. And at that point, there will be many problems. Let's extend our radiators so we can balance this out. This is a nice looking ship. You developers that put this together, you really done yourself proud. There we go. Solar panels. Solar panels. And of course we are going to die when we get out the other side. Cannot warp while the ship is under acceleration. Maybe I should turn this off and see if I can get some sort of warp. It's still under acceleration. Damn it. I wonder what the phantom acceleration is coming from. Yes, imagine if we could harness 0 point energy. Imagine if I could just wave my hands and fly. Right? Yeah, I mean, yes. 2010, yes, it does remind us of the Alexei Leonov, which was the name of the ship. Hands up, who knows who Alexei Leonov is and what he's famous for? Nope. Nobody have any clue what Alexei Leonov is? I could also have used that 10 grand check and go instead of 1 kilogram pineapple to space. Can you pay for the shuttle itself if you fill its cargo bay with dollar bills? That is a good question. Yes, Alexei Leonov was the cosmonaut that performed the first spacewalk, and apparently almost never made it back inside his spacecraft. Why is there a phantom acceleration here? This is very frustrating. It doesn't want to do this. I'm a big heat shield. No, the guy, he was on a number of things, but I don't think he was on Mir actually. Alexei Leonov was in charge of the Russian space program around that era. He was. I remember seeing a great documentary from the BBC where they went behind the scenes of the Russian space program. I think it was called Red Star in Orbit. And he was driving a Mercedes, and he was like pretty cool. He did these really good drawings by hand. You could probably find that documentary on the internet, because the BBC isn't that good at shutting things down. What's that? Is that a space probe? That's a reaction wheel here. Why does this thing not want to do? Oh God, everything's docked on there and everything. That's pretty cool. I gotta say, this design, really liking this design. I wonder if there's a lander in here. I can't unfortunately see because I'm in the far side of the planet, and time acceleration is just making it very hard. Yeah, we're gonna spend forever on the far side of the planet now. Okay. Have I heard of Lifter? Yes, I have heard of the liquid fluoride thorium reactor. I used those in my... Oh, there's a big daddy long legs. I used those in my Interstellar Quest. Interstellar Quest, we used a lot of lifters there. So if anybody doesn't know, liquid fluoride thorium reactor is basically where you have... Your fuel is a salt, and it's molten. So basically, when you heat the salt up enough, it becomes molten, and... One of the nice things is there's all sorts of nice things you can do with it, but nobody really cares about making thorium reactors, largely because all the research went into making reactors that could make weapons-grade material. Okay. I should do a quick save and revert it to fix the bug. I think this bug is not being fixed. This is not happening. And we still have this colonization statistics. This is very kind of frustrating. Let's go. It's on a suborbital trajectory. Look, I can time accelerate from here, though. Got it. Let's do some time accelerating. Once I'll get back there, these guys will not work, I'll bet you. They'll be like, I don't want to work for you anymore because you left us in space. And you have USI colonization, and none of these things work. Let's see how well that works. Focus, inspiration of the windward spirit. Oh, they're still alive. Okay, so I should probably figure out a course that will bring me somewhere interesting so that we can perhaps breathe. And maneuver. I guess the obvious place to get to is Lathe, right? Set as target. Oh! That was an interesting one, but not what we need. And you can hear... Oh, there we go. We get an encounter. Now just click on it. Focus view. I can do that. So we can focus the thing down. And where's my maneuver node go? Where'd my darn maneuver node go? There it is there. So I should probably... I'm trying to click on this, but because it's near the thing... There we go. It's not allowing me to click on it. It's not showing. Damn it. Okay, I'm just gonna have to keep coming back. 2, 3, 4, 6. 2, 3, 4, 7. No, I gotta go backwards. There we go. There we go. Getting closer, closer, closer. Okay, so. Getting closer, closer, closer. Yeah, okay. So we can do an aerobraking encounter here, and then we can just crash them into the planet and they'll all die. 466. 426. 200. 157. Okay, let's do that burn now. Stability control, maneuver node, 11 minutes away. Why is this frustrating to watch? No, right. Did they change that? Yes, that's obviously a user interface thing that they changed that I completely missed I missed. Yes, it is frustrating to watch because I'm glad that you can pin things now. I haven't had nearly the amount of spare time that I need to really get familiar with all these things. It's kind of unfortunate, but you know, it just happens. The American spacesuit was better designed than the Soviet one. There is a fantastic book that talks about the history of spacesuit design, and it is well worth reading. It's on the NASA site. It's called Dressing for Altitude, and it talks originally about pressure suits for like fighter planes and then later bombers. And then they talk about G suits, and then as they go on, they talk about proper spacesuits that are rated for space. And there's a lot of cool pictures and crazy shots of crazy pictures of astronauts and whatever. People experimenting with this. Okay, we're going to throttle to 100%. It's going to take 10 minutes. There we go. Yes, I have heard about the space activity suit. It's actually very similar to a concept called the partial pressure suit, where early spacesuit designs, early suit designs for fighter pilots going to altitude, what they realized was that inflating, with air to provide air pressure was really hard because getting the joints to move correctly just was beyond the technology of the time. However, they came up with partial pressure suits that essentially constricted the surface of the skin, and that way you would have a big rubber band around your chest that would keep your chest from expanding, from getting expanding too much under the pressure of the oxygen being forced into your lungs. So when you're breathing, they would force the air into your lungs, and then you would have to work hard to exhale. And that way they could get pilots up to like 50, 60,000 feet, apparently. I'm going to run upstairs and get a beer. Back in 1 minute. Okay. So, since it is kind of late and I have a busy week, we have Lawnmower Lager from Caldera in Ashland, Oregon. Oh, Pythos managed a 122 run on the Aerosport course. That's my Aerosport course. You know what? That spiral staircase, enjoy it while it's there, because odds are when we redesign parts of the house this summer, we are going to have to get rid of that. It's sad, but it just doesn't fit into many things. Specific impulse if I fart is like a cold gas thruster, so under the right, if you pressurized it, you would probably get about 60 seconds at most. It's pretty lousy because it's just basically gas. Do you think we'll ever be in danger of upsetting the rather delicate gravitational balance in the solar system? I would say no. I don't think the solar system is actually particularly well balanced in that, from that point of view. So I wouldn't worry about messing that up. Many simulations have shown that the solar system is actually pretty stable over very, very long periods. It would take a lot of effort on our part to actually mess around with the solar system to the extent that things would happen. Things would crash into each other. So the planets are pretty much staying where they are unless we deliberately try to do things. Now, if you remember, I did the math on how much thrust you would need to deorbit a moon in Kerbal Space Program. There are actually ways where you could significantly change the orbit of the Earth without expending nearly that level of delta V. would I ever do a video with John and Hank Green? Sure, if they got something where I happen to be like the go-to guy, I would love to do something with those guys. I just don't have the time to go out and make contacts with people. So if anybody has contacts with these people, like, I am happy to work with anyone. I just, seriously, I don't have the time to pursue this kind of thing. And it's just because I'm a very busy person. I have a day job. A huge, very important day job that takes a lot of my time. And then after that, I have a family, which is really, really important and everything. But I love doing this as a hobby, and I'm really glad you guys want to hang out and watch this, because I'm not the best. I'm not the prettiest individual to look at. I'm not the funniest, although I do have all sorts of interesting jokes, like that whole shed barn thing that nuclear physicists talk about. Yeah, you know, I'm just glad you get to hang out and whatever. Whatever happened to that collab with Nerdcube? We've mentioned, but yeah, nothing's happened because time. I mean, he's never got in contact, so I suspect that at one point we will have, say, something that we would want to do together, and I'll be there. I'll be like, hell yeah. Okay, and let's cut the thrust down a little. 800. So should I try aerobraking here? Well, I'm going to do that. I can always do aerobraking once I get there. First time viewer, your Interstellar Quest series. Let me see how awesome KSP is. Wow. So at this point, I don't actually know whether whether Interstellar is even possible anymore. Like with the various features, with the various mods, whether we will be able to do this thing. Okay, we're going to aerobrake, and then I don't know if we can land. I don't think we can land this thing. That doesn't mean I can't try. Okay, so time to time warp. Oh, and time warp is actually working this time. So where am I? I am out here. Inspiration of the Windward Spirit, a new album from Jebediah Kerman. A new album. I'm sorry, I'm just like, Inspiration of the Windward Spirit, a new compilation of relaxing mood music from the Kerman brothers. The radiators are actually really important if you have nuclear engines, because they will stop your spacecraft from overheating. If you run a nuclear engine without any radiators, you will find that it overheats. Because yeah, nuclear engines are all about heat. Yeah, these guys they're gonna fly to Lathe, but I don't know how they're gonna. Oh, sorry, I'm hiccuping now. Oh dear. That's a problem. Okay, there we go. There's Lathe there. First time seeing me live. You're at Saturn's Rings. This would be a bad time to stream KSP in my chat. You know, honestly, I'm not big on Twitch, and if you want to go and stream KSP, you won't offend me, because I don't honestly know. Oh, hey, you bought Space Food Truck the other day. Did you have you had a chance to play it? I mean, the machine you're flying could probably handle a 16 burn without anything going boon if you don't have radiators. That's true. Any code nerds in the chat? Now we're heading down, and we're gonna fly past at a periaps of 42 kilometers. 16-minute burn. Okay, that makes total sense. So once we get to within 1,000 kilometers, I will start stowing the fragile stuff. Ooh, wow, we're moving down fast. So let's start these things. Oh, actually, I'm going to wait until we line with our target. Oh, Space Food Truck is being expanded, but I think it's out of beta. I think it's officially been released. I also, just got Tabletop Simulator, and I'd love it if, maybe one of these days somebody wants to play Chrononauts or something with me. I don't honestly know if it's a game that works well live, but I played it with my kids, and they're not really the evil, time-changing people that they have, because they don't have the same experience of history as I do. What's the best way to adjust a too sharp re-entry already after past Apple? As soon as possible. Basically, the longer you wait to adjust a too steep re-entry, the more delta V it's going to take to adjust it. Okay. Gonna let this thing get a little closer. No, I don't do proper RPGs, so Pathfinder isn't... I honestly just don't have the time to do that, but... games that have really strict rule sets. Cards Against Humanity, I'm actually pretty good at. I play it at New Year's Eve pretty much regularly. It's great. I've yet to get the achievement for going 30 minutes without a table flip. Yeah. I'm a pretty fair player, so I don't get many table flips. Let's retract the radiators. This is so cool. I wish there was a lander on this thing. Retract panels. What do we have for... Is there anything I can use? Any engines? There's no engines on this, basically. We have a fuel cell here. This is such a good design. I just wish there was a lander attached to it. I have not played any Arduino hardware stuff. I've seen a bunch of things that... at various conventions or whatever, but I haven't... okay, I haven't seen that. Is there still a bug with the fairings? I haven't been able to get into anything because of fairings. I don't know. I would like to think there is no no fairings. Secret Palpatine. Yes. Something, 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 the dark side. Embrace your anger, and then your journey to the dark side will be complete. Yeah, I could totally do Secret Palpatine. Okay, we're about to hit the atmosphere. Let's see if this will actually slow us down. Take your weapon, strike me down. Feel your anger, and your journey to the dark side will be complete. Yeah, the guy that does it, he's a Scotsman, so I can totally see where he's coming from with that. Okay. Is this gonna slow us down enough? I don't think this is gonna slow us down enough because we're not deep enough in the atmosphere to really feel much deceleration here. Oh, actually, yeah, we get captured. Excellent. That's a very good question. Someone is asking whether the green chick from Star Trek is actually just a Kerbal. And I will point out no, because they actually very specifically say... they tell you exactly what her race and everything is. Oh, I know huge amounts of the Star Wars script because I would watch Star Wars every day before school. I would be up at 6 o'clock and I would like put on the video, start watching Star Wars, and like get my breakfast and get dressed and brush my teeth, and by the time I actually had to step out the door to get the bus, the end credits would be running every single day for like a year. Yeah, I pretty much know. I think I can do the opening title roll. You know, it is a period of civil war. Rebel starships striking from a hidden base have won their first victory against the evil Galactic Empire. During the battle, Princess Leia managed to steal plans to the Empire's ultimate weapon, the Death Star. Pursued by the Empire's sinister agents, the princess races home aboard her starship, custodian of the plans that can free her, save her people and bring freedom to the galaxy. Nice. Okay. Now here's a question. What can I do with it? Yeah, we still have no way to get this thing down. There's no parachutes on this or anything. Yeah. I would pay for you to voice over everything in Star Wars. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try doing this in reverse. I would totally love to do like the occasional voiceover gig. I don't want to do voiceover series like a job because I couldn't do that as a job. But if any indie game devs are like, I need a Scotsman, like, or whatever to do voiceover, I would totally do it. Totally. I'm waiting for Stellaris. I would totally pre-order it. I also have Master of Orion, which I'm quite enjoying. And Master of Orion. So here's the thing: Master of Orion coming out at the same time as Stellaris feels to me a bit like XCOM and Xenonauts. You know how Xenonauts was? It kept a lot of the original mechanics in XCOM, whereas XCOM really dumbed things down. And yeah, I think this feels very similar. Master of Orion has really high production values. It has all these famous voice actors, well, famous-ish. It has really good graphics. It has so many things going for it. But Stellaris, I suspect, is going to have more complicated, deeper mechanics in the whole game. So I got to do this. Extend panels. We just realized we need power. There we go. Extend those panels. Yeah, it's someone who's saying, don't forget to recharge your batteries. We're going to recharge the batteries, and then we're going to try and land this thing. I suspect that Stellaris will be the superior game in many ways, but I think that if you are not a big, hardcore, space exploration strategy game, if you're not a big 4X fan, and you want to dip your toes in the water with something that has really good production values, I think Master of Orion might be the thing for you. There is also Star Ruler 2, which is releasing an expansion, and I'm a big fan of the Star Ruler franchise, mostly because, well, it's not really a franchise, but those guys just let you do the most insane and crazy things. They're like, want to build a starship the size of a solar system? Sure, go right ahead. You want to destroy planets? Not a problem. Want to destroy suns? Great. Want to destroy the black hole at the core of a galaxy? I hope you don't need that galaxy because you're pretty much going to eliminate all life in it. I just played humans because it was a nice reference point. I don't honestly know what my favorite race will be in Masters of Orion. I just played with humans because it was a familiar thing. I think probably Cylons because, hey, I'm a nerd. I like tech. I'm going to retract my panels. Retract panels because we're about to hit the atmosphere. Come on. As soon as we hit the atmosphere, we're going to have to start our deceleration. How much delta? We have 1,700 meters per second of delta V, so I need to bleed off that amount before I even start firing the engines. Do I think SpaceX will be able to get to Mars? Eventually, I'm pretty sure SpaceX will be launching payload to Mars. Now the question is, will they be launching their own payloads? I don't know. I think they're going to be so cheap compared to everyone else that they will be the logical launcher. Yeah, so John Sill is saying, hey Scott, I seem to remember a few years ago you played a prototype game in my channel called Chaos or something. It was a fantasy type game, and I think you played it with your son. Actually, I played it with Sky. The game is called Chaos Reborn, and it's by Julian Gollop. It has been released, so you can buy it off of Steam. Chaos Reborn. So Julian Gollop, as I pointed out, is the guy that did the original XCOM. So he's a proper, old school, dyed-in-the-wool games developer that deserves mad props for basically helping make the games that we love. So yeah, if you want it, it is on Steam. I think you can look for it as Chaos Reborn. Let's see if I can bring this up, actually. Oh, I have a game called Pollen here, which I would like to play that before I go. Oh, okay, wait, we're losing control here. Because of these little winglets, I suspect we are not going to have... Oh! Oh, hey! Things exploding. What happened here? Something exploded. Was that aerodynamic stresses? It was a structural failure. So that wasn't heating, it was a structural failure. That's kind of cool. Oh, spinning around again. Do I have enough RCS to help me here? So we're going to pendulum our way around this. Okay. Okay. Wondering how I can possibly land this thing. I'm thinking that it is going to be very unlikely. At least I'm bleeding off enough speed here. Yeah, I would say... Yeah, the Cylons. So there are Cylons with a P. That means they're Psylons. They're not like robots. Because the robots are called the Mechlar or something. Maybe we can glide this thing. You never know. I'm not giving up just yet. Maybe. Okay. You know what? I'm going to just do this. And I'm going to try and nose the thing up. Right? That might give me some more vertical speed. Maybe I can glide this sucker. What do you think? Anyone want to bet on whether I can glide this? So I've got RCS thrusters. How am I doing on monopropellant? 1.9. So I can glide for a good amount of time. Maybe what I should do, actually, is fire these nuclear engines so I'm ditching mass. Oh, actually, maybe I should ditch these tanks. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Let's try ditching tanks. Decouple node? Yes. Whoa, there it goes. So that's lightened the load a little. Please don't hit me. Okay. Apparently multi-joining is not working properly, by the way. Decouple node. And we're losing that one as well. Decouple node. I should probably turn... The lights are on? No, the lights are fully on, so I can't see anything. This is a bad plan. There we go. And surface... Yeah, we're bombing Lathe. Should I ditch... I probably should ditch this tank as well. I'm going to flip it through 180 degrees and then ditch it like this. So there. Okay. So what else can I ditch to save mass? Well, I'm going to flip this thing around because there's a command pod there that may actually work a little better. Okay. Now, from here, I could probably... Yes, let's apply these thrusters to give myself some vertical speed. Yes, the air on Lathe is breathable. 16 kilometers up. And things are not going well. It says I still have liquid fuel. I should probably start firing these engines just to see what happens. Ditch whatever mass that I have. Someone is claiming that air on Lathe is actually poisonous. I tell you what, it's not good for these guys because they are not going to survive. You know what? Maybe I can flip this thing around now. Let's try it. Okay. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try flipping it into reverse. It's these wingtips. If I could ditch these wingtips, I could totally survive. Let's just check. Is there someone in there? Transfer crew. Oh yeah, Stellar Kerman is in there. So maybe it will slow down sufficiently by the time that it reaches the surface. I'm trying to get it set up some kind of precession. The idea being that maybe we can flip it into reverse and then fire these engines to cushion the descent. But I think that's highly unlikely. I am going on the record and saying that landing this thing is probably not going to happen. But maybe... The other thing is by pushing it off, to the side, I'm increasing the drag. Okay, we're about to hit 400, 300. It's going to hit the water, and... Yep, everything died. Nothing survived. No nearby objects or anything. Have I been temporarily night blinded by an iridium while stargazing? No, I have not. Okay, let's play this pollen game.